This conference will now be recorded.
It is now 6 p.m. We're going to start our meeting. Gosh, it's good to have so many people here. We're going to do this again on May the 26th, so mark your calendar. But we have a quorum present, and okay, is the preacher here? Okay, Officer Grant. Hey, good. We were voting back here to see if it would be you or not. You know. Yes, sir.
If you'd bow your heads with me, please. Dear Lord, I just want to thank you for bringing us here. Thank you for the things that you bring to us every day that we don't know, for our family, our friends, our safety. Pray for world peace. Pray for those that don't have the things that we have each day. Ask that you bless this meeting and everything that goes on in it. In your son's name, amen.
Michelle, will you do our pages?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. Pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
We're going to start off tonight with old business from the last go around. We have a discussion and necessary action regarding street lights in Bywell. Ashley Majors has the action on that.
Mayor and council, I would like to table this to our new council. I think that would be all unfair since I am leaving and would like to table it. So thank you.
So we'll move that to the next go around, and we do need to get a motion in a second. Do I hear a motion that we table this to next go around? Elaine has made the motion. Do I hear a second? And Michelle has seconded. All in favor of moving it to the next go around?
Aye.
Okay, so we will see this on the agenda for the next go around. Cynthia, since Sam is not here, are we going to do his thing? Yes. Okay. Right. Okay, we have discussion and necessary action regarding a proclamation of appreciation to Council Member Eason for service to the city. Josh, will you please make that presentation?
Yes, thank you. Real quick, some housekeeping on this item. You'll see that only one name is on here, even though there's 3 members leaving the council. Our city administrator did approach all 3 members leaving the council. That's 2 council members and the mayor, 2 of which refused to have their proclamations on the agenda. So that's why you only see one of these on here. And before I read the proclamation, Mr. Easton has a statement that he would like me to read to go along with it. Forgive me for not being present. My family has a grave issue to which we must attend. 1. Thank you for the experience in trusting me to attempt to do what's right. 2. Please indulge me. I need to thank some individuals. In 2015, Joanne Wilson, Ronnie Moore, and Tim Robeson, thank you. You opened my eyes to the need to stay informed with local government. Had it not been for you, I probably would have ignored Rhome's politics. 2016, Leanne Mikowski, my first turbulent year on the city council. Leanne and I got our feet wet and learned a lot. We had grand plans. Thank you, Leanne. 2017, Amanda Petty and Colton Lawrence, young new blood. I'm sorry they both had such short stints on the council. I'd love to see youth come back to the council. From 2018 to 2022, this gave us Kenny Crenshaw, Elaine Priest, Josh McCabe, and Michelle Ty. It has been my privilege to know and work with each of you. Thank you. The Planning and Zoning Commission and the Parks and Recreation Board, thank you to all who have served. Remember, everyone, these are volunteer positions. Mayor Emeritus Michelle Pittman DeCredico. She was and still is an inspiration. She never stops giving to our community. Mayor Emeritus DeCredico brought organization and automation to City Hall. Michelle gave us the unobstructed sight into the state of Rome. We could then identify, prioritize, and move forward to improve our city. In addition to her countless hours giving free accounting to Rome, she's a member of the fire department's 3 a.m. club. You know the club. These are the volunteers that hear the call at 3 a.m., get out of bed to come to your aid to save your house, your life, your loved one, or maybe one of your pets. Bless you, Michelle. I can't thank you enough. Most of all, thank you to my wife, Tommy. She made it possible for me to serve the community. Putting up with me has never been easy. Her examples of selfless service and support gave me strength to continue the fight for Rome's future. Thank you, City of Rome staff, City Hall, Cynthia, Shayna, and the ladies. You supported the city and facilitated the city government through some profoundly difficult times and kept a positive attitude. Well done, ladies, and thank you. Public Works, Sean Dunsmore, you and your team have held the city together. When it's cold or wet, hot or dry, or in the dark of night, you and your team have never failed us. Public Works is full of the forgotten, unrecognized heroes that hold this place together. Thank you. The City Attorney, Carvin Atkins. Watching you balance on the head of a needle, keeping everything legal and refusing to show bias or favoritism has sometimes been quite the show. Your commitment and extraordinary professionalism are a standard to which all attorneys should strive. Thank you, Dr. Carvin Atkins, Esquire. Fire Department and Chief Darrell Fitch. Oh my gosh. The miracle changes you've made to the fire department since 2015 are amazing. With a shoestring budget, you've made your and our fire department the envy of the county. Keep up the exceptional work, sir. By the way, Darrell is in the 3 a.m. club too. Thank you, Darrell, and thank you, Candance, for letting us have him. Police Department and Chief Eric Debus. You're the new kid on the block. Your impact is no less impressive. In the short time you've been here, the perception and appreciation of the police department has grown past expectation. I hope Chief Debus is an honorary member of the 3 a.m. club. I've learned he's on call 24/7. I look forward to seeing what you have planned and will most certainly accomplish. Thank you, Eric. Mayor-elect Mitchell, congratulations on your election. Ms. Mitchell interviewed with the Wise County Messenger saying she is hopeful she can work with the newly elected council members Kathy and Patrick to end the divide in the town. She went on to say, I want to bring a closure to the divide. You have 3 exceptional public servants on the city council you've overlooked. Take your blinders off, let go of your hate, and don't limit yourself to just working with Kathy and Patrick. Work with everyone. Open your mind to everyone's perspectives. Listen to the ideas. I agree with you that we need to bring closure to the divide in this community. It all starts with respectful, constructive communications. I'm ready to put the past in the past. The days of half-truths and unfounded accusations must end. Let bygones be bygones. Think of this, Patty. I'm willing to let go of the 5 years of unprovoked harassment you've heaped on me. I can and will work to ensure everyone gives you every benefit of the doubt, every respectful consideration, and my full support. This all comes with a price. You, Mayor-elect Mitchell, must also commit to treat everyone with respect. Commit to fostering respectful, constructive communications. Encourage understanding and compromise. You have an opportunity to leave a legacy here. Is this a future for Rome you can embrace? And will you make a pledge of respect and honesty to all? Council member-elect Kineski and Meehan, congratulations on your election. I wish you both all possible success. You have a fairly steep learning curve ahead of you. Cynthia has demonstrated a willingness to work with and assist you in the transition. She will be your greatest asset. I have every confidence you will both do well. The future of Rome can be bright. Rome can be the beacon of prosperity and integrity in Wise County. We can succeed if we all leave the hate behind. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. And the proclamation that we will need a motion and second and passing of reads as this. A proclamation of the City Council of the City of Rome, Texas, to Sam Eason for his service to the City of Rome from 2016 to 2022. Whereas the City Council of the City of Rome, Texas, wishes to express their sincere appreciation to Sam Eason for his invaluable service to the City of Rome, and whereas Sam Eason served with distinction and honor as a member of the City Council for 6 years, and whereas Sam Eason's dedication and loyalty to Rome and its citizens has been instrumental to the enhanced welfare, growth, and development of the City of Rome. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the City Council of the City of Rome, Texas, hereby expresses their heartfelt appreciation to City Council member Sam Eason for his unselfish contributions and service to the City of Rome and its citizens, passed and approved by the City Council of the City of Rome, Texas, this 18th day of May 2022. And I make a motion to accept this proclamation.
Do I hear a second? Michelle seconded. All in favor? Okay. It is approved. We are now moving on to the reason half of you came tonight, probably, our canvassing and swearing in of our new people. So I'm going to turn this over to Shana Odom, our city secretary, who knows all the right things to say and do.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, so we received the official returns from the county for the May 7th, 2022 election. There were 268 ballots cast. For place number 4, we have Kathy Kineski. She received 5 absentee votes, 96 early voting, 49 election day, and 150 total. We had Sam Eason with 6 absentee votes, 69 early votes, 29 election day, 104 total. For place number 5, we had Tommy Eason with 7 absentee votes, 63 early votes, 27 election day with 97 total. Patrick Meehan with 4 absentee votes, 100 early voting, 51 election day for a total of 155. And for mayor, we have Patricia Mitchell. She received 3 votes for absentee voting, 88 votes for early voting, 42 on election day for 133 total. And Josh McCabe, we had 10 votes for absentee voting, 79 for early voting, and 37 for election day, with a total of 126. So for place number 4, we have Kathy Kineski as the winner. For place number 5, we have Patrick Meehan as the winner. And for mayor, we have Patricia Mitchell as the winner.
And Shana will swear you guys in. Shana, how do... Okay, the lawyer's telling me I messed up. We need a motion and a second.
I motion to approve the canvassing numbers.
I second.
We do have a motion and a second. All in favor? Shana, it is yours.
Kathy? Hello. Okay, yes. Okay, so we'll do the oath of office first, and you'll repeat after me. I, Kathy Kineski, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Council Member Place 4 Rome in the state of Texas,
City of Rome in the state of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state, so help me God.
I, Kathy Kineski,
I, Kathy Kineski,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I have not directly or indirectly paid,
that I have not directly or indirectly paid,
offered, promised to pay,
offered, promised to pay,
contributed, or promised
to contribute
any money or thing of value,
or any money or thing of value,
or promised any public office
or promised any public office
or employment for the giving
or employment for the giving
or withholding of a vote
or withholding of a vote
at the election at which I was elected,
at the election at which I was elected,
or as a reward to secure my appointment
or as a reward to secure my appointment
or confirmation,
or confirmation,
whichever the case may be,
whichever the case may be,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Kathy, you can switch out your place now. As you're sworn in, you guys will switch out.
I, Patrick Meehan,
I, Patrick Meehan,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly
No,
swear
I'm-
or affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of council member place 5,
of the office of council member, place 5,
city of Rome,
city of Rome,
of the state of Texas,
of the state of Texas.
and I will do the best of my ability
I will do the best of my ability
to preserve, protect, and defend
to preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and the laws of the United States
the Constitution and the laws of the United States
and this state, so help me God.
and of this state, so help me God. Okay, I'm sorry.
Meehan,
I, Patrick Meehan,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I have not directly or indirectly
that I have not directly or indirectly
paid, offered, or promised to pay,
paid, offered, or promised to pay,
contributed, or promised to contribute
any money or thing of value,
or promised any public office or employment
for the giving or withholding of a vote
at the election at which I was elected,
or as an award to secure my appointment
or confirmation, whichever the case may be. So help me God.
Right hand.
I, Patricia Mitchell,
I, Patricia Mitchell,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of mayor of the city of Rome, of the state of Texas, and I will do the best of my ability to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state, so help me God.
I, Patricia Mitchell,
I, Patricia Mitchell,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm that I have not directly or indirectly
paid, offered, promised to pay,
contributed, or promised to contribute
any money or thing of value,
any money or thing of value, or promised any public office or employment
for the giving or withholding
of a vote at the election at which I was elected, or as a reward to secure my appointment or confirmation, whichever the case may be, so help me God. All right.
We're only expecting thank you. All right. Sorry, tortured our meeting now.
You gotta get a line first.
Okay, we're good to go. Okay, I believe next is public comments, and I'm a little confused about some things because are we supposed to read all of this information about the public comments or just ask for public? Oh, yeah, okay, all right, sorry. All right, discussion and any necessary action regarding selecting mayor pro tem for one-year term and updating authorized signatures for bank accounts.
Well, at this time, you guys will be electing a mayor pro tem to serve as the mayor pro tem.
Can I nominate Kathy for Mayor Pro Tem?
Okay. Okay. Do we have another nomination?
I do. I would like to explain why.
Uh-huh.
I nominate that we keep, good grief, Josh McCabe as the mayor pro tem for a couple of reasons. One, he is already authorized to participate in some of the negotiations with developers that we already have. And then also we get into the issue of signing checks. So as we take Ms. Wilson off and we add Ms. Mitchell, there's a time lapse to get those signature cards and things done. It takes two signatures for checks to be signed, and Josh is already able to do that along with the city administrator. So that would allow us to keep our payments moving along for the short term until Ms. Mitchell can get her signature card. So that's my suggestion.
All right, so we have two nominations, one for Kathy Konetsky and one for Josh McKay. Any further? Okay. Nominations are closed. Get the vote. For Kathy Konetsky. Got two. Okay. All right, for Josh McKay. You get three.
We'll also need a motion, a vote
signatory.
on signatory, which is basically adding the
Nominations for signatory?
I motion that we update signatories from Ms. Wilson to Ms. Mitchell, and I believe that's the only one, right?
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
One more question. What about the bank reconciliations? Someone to go to the bank reconciliations. Does that get redone at this time? Very good. Okay. Now do we go to public comments? The first paragraph. Okay. The council is not permitted to take action or discuss any comments made to the council at this time concerning an item not on the agenda. However, a council member or mayor may make a statement of fact regarding the item, make a statement concerning the policy regarding the item, and or may propose that the item be placed on a future agenda or direct the city administrator to contact the individual to address. So I believe this goes to Shayna. Shayna, do you have public comments, please?
The first one is from Tommy Eason. It says, my name is Tommy Eason and I live at 1107 Mount Lane. I would like to congratulate Patty Mitchell, Patrick Meehan, and Kathy Kineski on winning the council and the mayor seats for the city of Rome. I wish you a lot of luck on the following through with all the promises you made throughout your campaigning. I know it is not going to be easy. Thank you. The next one is from Lisa Wilson. It says, tonight, May 18th, the city of Rome swears in a new mayor, Patricia Mitchell, and 2 council members, Kathy Kineski and Patrick Meehan. They had an impressive win. Classy folks. The citizens spoke boldly and loudly. I look forward to their service and what they will bring to the table. I also look forward to their problem-solving ability, helping to bring our city back to a better financial position while always keeping citizens' pocketbooks in mind. I also would like to thank my mom, Mayor Joanne Wilson, and Council Lady Ashley Majors for their service too. Despite obstacles, much resistance, and tremendous roadblocks, they preserved always putting citizens first without any personal agendas. They were fortunate to have amazing friends and neighbors support along the way. They achieved much. In my opinion, they will be remembered as advocates for the people, and for that myself as well as many others are extremely grateful and thankful for their service. Thank you for your time. Let's move forward in a positive direction. Remember, our town has amazing things on the horizon to look forward to. After all, we are known as the crossroads to the Metroplex. Growth is coming. Let us stay positive and see what happens. The next one I have is from Terry Priest. And it says, second annual plant sale to raise funds for the City of Rome Beautification Fund. The Beautification Fund was established to have matching funds for future grants and to directly pay for beautification projects for the city. Saturday, June 11th, 2022, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., City Pavilion adjacent to the Rome Family Park. Many daylilies, houseplants, and peonies are available this year. Just like last year, this is a legal event. Required city paperwork and deposits have been made. All expenses such as signs, plant care, and pots have been paid for out of pocket. Plants were primarily grown by Terry Priest, but other citizens have donated plants. All gross proceeds will be counted in public immediately after closing and will be given to the city officials the next business day. And all documentation is available through open records request. Please come by and add to your own flower beds. Thank you, Terry Priest, 216 Cheyenne Trail. And next we have Deborah Beecraft.
It's fine. I'm Deborah Beecraft. I live at 360 West 2nd. I would like to address item S on the agenda, which is the social media resolution that y'all are going to discuss tonight. We already spent money for an ordinance on social media that has no teeth. Why are we spending money for a resolution? Why are we wasting the citizens' time and our cash to do something again that we just recently done? Please stop with the frivolous spending. Let's get this under control and not do things 2 and 3 times. Thank you.
Next we have Shirley Mize.
My name is Shirley Mize. I live at 170 Russell. Good evening, Mayor and council members. I would like to say thank you to our current Mayor, Joanne Wilson, for her time and service, dedication, and leadership. To say thank you to Ashley Majors, council member, for her support, the citizens always first in her term. I would like to say congratulations to the new elected Mayor, Patty Mitchell, and new elected council member, Kathy Kineski, place 4, and Patrick Meehan, place 5. I look forward to seeing the movement of Rome with the best interest of the citizens that elected you into office. This will be a great journey for all. I would like to thank Tommy Eason, Thomas Cannon, and Sam Eason for their services. It is time to change our differences and unite together as a whole for the city of Rome, Texas. Our decisions made today needs to be the best interest of Rome and its citizens. Good choices are needed. In making wise plan for the city of Rome and to give transparency to our citizens, to get help and needed resources to make the city of Rome a most requested site to live and our place we call home. With new government elected officials in place and the duties of each member, mayor and councilman, I question why our mayor is not signing all contracts, agreements, and legal documents on all city business paperwork starting as today. I request that this is addressed with the council. Thank you.
The only items left these people would like their presentations read at the agenda item.
How many do we have in which item?
3, 1 for item J, 1 for item R, and 1 for item T.
Okay. All right, are we done with the public comment? Okay. Apparently there's some announcements here. Mr. Atkins, I'd like to say anything about the Rome Veterans and the Memorial Day ceremony? Okay. May 26th, City Council meeting. Apparently it's still at 7 o'clock. Then Memorial Day, city offices are closed. That's May the 30th. I believe May 28th, the Rome Veterans will have their annual Memorial Day ceremony at 11 o'clock. Okay. June 11th, 2022, Splash Day. And I believe that's with the fire department. Is there a particular time on that? I'm sorry? 11 to 3. Thank you. Okay. Go on to the consent agenda. Accept resignation of Tommy Eason from Parks and Recreation. These need to be combined, or can I do them separately? Okay. Accept resignation of Thomas Cannon from Planning and Zoning Board.
I make a motion to accept both resignations.
Okay. Okay, do I hear a second? Second? Okay, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Very good. Monthly staff reports. That would be administration, building and development, fire rescue, municipal court, police and public works. Shall we just go down the line? Administration?
This, Mayor, these
Uh-huh. Okay. 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 I see that. I see that. Okay. Does anybody has any comment on the departments? Or any questions? Okay, good. The appointment of James Hachtel as Rome police officer, and that will be Chief DeBoos.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you, council members. Congratulations to the new faces on the board. As your chief of police, one of the things that I really look forward to is swearing in new officers. One of my fears is the day that I swear in an officer that was born when I was already a police officer, and that almost happened this time. So luckily it did not, so I'm still safe there. But what we have tonight is an officer that I'm going to introduce, James Hachtel. He is coming to us from Springtown, Texas, and he grew up in Newark. He's a local kid who wanted to come back and serve the community in which he was raised. And I think that's a real special thing when you're able to go back to the community where you grew up and you know everybody and you're familiar with everything around you. And now you've come back to put your life on the line and to serve the citizens of the community. And that's really what we do is part of our goals and strategies for this police department is a high level of customer service and service to the community. And I'm excited to bring James Hatchell into that. I'm going to have him come up and introduce who's here to see his swearing in now.
This is my father, David Hatchell. This is my girlfriend, Janie, and my son, Jacob.
So when I'll have you step here. So when you join the Rhome Police Department, you're not joining just a department, you're joining a team. And one of the things we pride ourselves on is the other officers come out to see this swearing in process. So if you will hold this and you speak into it. You will raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I, James Hatchell,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of the City of Rhome Police Officer
of the office of City of Rome Police Officer
of the State of Texas,
of the State of Texas.
and I will, to the best of my ability,
I will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States
and of this state.
and of this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Officer Hatchell has a special guest here to pin his badge on.
That is too sweet.
He's going to have a few words to say.
A few words to say? All right. Talk about what? I'm dedicated to this job, and I mean, I'm grateful for the opportunity to work here, and I appreciate every one of y'all.
Item J, discussion, this is regular agenda, new business. Item J, discussion and any necessary action regarding certificate of appreciation for Thomas Cannon and Tommy Eason. And this will be done by the city administrator.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So the Parks Board is here, Ms. Caitlin McCabe. So she was going to present the presentation for Tommy Eason and say a few words. So if you want to come up to the podium.
Even though she's not here in the meeting tonight, I would still like to participate or give her the certificate of appreciation to Tommy Eason for her dedicated service on the Parks and Recreation Board from 2016 to 2022. I would like to personally thank Tommy Eason for all of her hard work and dedication to the Parks Board and to the City of Rome for the past 6+ years. She is truly an asset to not only the Parks Board, but to the community. Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you. And I'm going to do one on behalf of a certificate of appreciation for Thomas Cannon. He cannot be here tonight, unfortunately, but he has been serving on the Planning and Zoning Board from 2017 to 2022. At the last P&Z meeting, we had our P&Z chair read a letter, and I would just like to read that again on behalf of staff and council and, of course, the P&Z chair. And this is from Chair Knight. I would like to acknowledge one of our longtime members of this Planning and Zoning Commission, Mr. Thomas Cannon, who recently resigned from this commission to take care of some personal matters. Mr. Cannon was appointed by the city back in October 12, 2017 as one of our alternates, and the council voted to seat him June 14, 2018. Mr. Cannon has been a valuable voice with reason and thoughtfulness during our meetings, helping to guide the city through many tough decisions, bringing helpful perspective with our recommendations and we have made to the Rhome City Council. He has also served on many subcommittees, helping with the Rhome Comprehensive Master Plan. It is a rewarding feeling when we have Rhome citizens like Mr. Cannon willing to get involved and help guide this city. I and many others would like to thank Mr. Thomas Cannon and recognize his service to the city of Rhome and wish him all the best.
Item K, recognition, second quarter Shine Awards. It's also City Administrator.
Thank you. If I could have Mr. Officer Sid Grant come up here. This is the Shine Award, and we give this out on a regular basis to employees that go above and beyond the call of duty. And these people who receive the Shine Award have been nominated by employees, fellow employees in the city of Rhome. And those that receive it, SHINE stands for sincerity, which is commitment to public service, honesty, they build trust, integrity, they hold to high standards, neighborly, they're helpful, friendly, and kind, and excellence, high quality service and attitude. And so you have been nominated by a fellow employee for exhibiting all these traits, and we thank you for that. And I want to read what they wrote. So it says, Officer Sid Grant joined the Rhome Police Department in November 2021. He immediately proved his commitment to the team through his incredible work ethic and his friendly demeanor. He never hesitates to help his fellow officers and is the first one to volunteer when something needs to be done. The city recently had a need for someone to step up and assist with code enforcement, and the call went out for help. Sid was the first to step forward and offer to help and began training with the outgoing employee. Sid took the reins and added the code enforcement duties to his regular patrol work. Sid not only took on the enforcement of code violations, but began a more thorough process of investigating and recording his interactions with the public. Several face-to-face contacts were established, which built the relationship between the city and those citizens we serve. Long-term problems are being solved, and it's because of Sid's diligence and work ethic that these positive changes have come about. So Officer Sid Grant has proven worthy of this award by living out the SHINE principles, and we are a better department, a better city because of his efforts. Thank you very much.
Regular agenda, new business, item L, discussion and any necessary action regarding a proclamation for National Public Works Week, May 15th to May 21st. And I guess it's a matter of just reading this. Yes. City of Rhome, Texas, proclamation of recognition from the City of Rhome, National Public Works Week proclamation, May 15th through the 21st, 2022, Stronger Together. Whereas public work professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of the city of Rhome, Texas. And whereas these infrastructure, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals who are engineers, managers, and employees at all levels of government and the private sector who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, water treatment, and solid waste systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in the city of Rome to gain knowledge of and to maintain a progressive interest and understanding of the importance of public works and public works programs in their respective communities. And whereas the year 2022 marks the 62nd annual National Public Works Week, sponsored by the American Public Works Association, Canadian Public Works Association, be it now, resolved, we, the City Council of the City of Rome, do hereby designate the week May 15th to May 21st, 2022, as National Public Works Week. We urge all citizens to join with representatives of the American Public Works Association, Canadian Public Works Association, and government agencies in activities, events, and ceremonies designed to pay tribute to our public works professionals, engineers, managers, and employees, and to recognize the substantial contributions they make to protecting our national health, safety, and quality of life. Passed and approved by the City Council of the City of Rome, Texas, this 18th day of May 2022. Okay.
We need a motion.
Okay. Need a motion to
Motion
accept.
to accept the proclamation.
Second.
A second.
All in favor? Aye. Very good. M, discussion and any necessary action regarding a proclamation for National Police Week, May 15th to the 22nd. And that's also got my name on it. Proclamation of recognition from the City of Rome, National Police Week 2022, May 15th through the 22nd, 2022, to recognize National Police Week 2022 and to honor the service and sacrifice of those law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty while protecting our communities and safeguarding our democracy. Whereas there are more than 900,000 law enforcement officers serving in communities across the United States, including the dedicated members of the Rome Police Department. Whereas since the first recorded death in 1791, more than 20,000 law enforcement officers in the United States have made the ultimate sacrifice and been killed in the line of duty. Whereas the names of those dedicated public servants are engraved on the walls of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. Whereas May 15th is designated as Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of all fallen officers and their families, and U.S. flags should be flown at half-staff. Whereas the COVID-19 pandemic took a physical, mental, and emotional toll, our officers, deputies, and troopers demonstrated courage and dedication in continuing to support our communities. And whereas the City of Rome honors those who lost their lives in the line of duty and thank them on behalf of the city for their service. Therefore, be it resolved that the City of Rome formally designates May 15th through the 21st, 2022 as Police Week in Rome, Texas, and publicly salutes the service of law enforcement officers in our community and in communities across the nation, passed and approved by the City Council of the City of Rome, Texas, this 18th day of May, 2022. Do I hear a motion, please?
I make a motion to accept
Okay,
it.
you got a second? So we got Ty and Nesky. Okay, all in favor? Very good, thank you. All right. N, discussion and any necessary action regarding appointment of municipal court judge and alternate judge for 2-year term, and that's with the city administrator.
Thank you, Mayor. This is the appointment of the municipal court judge and the alternate judge that occurs every 2 years, according to the Texas state statute. And I believe he is online. Our current judge is Judge Minter. Are you online, Judge?
Yeah, I am, if you can hear me.
We can hear you, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the every 2 years you make the appointment to the, so he's willing to continue serving, as is the associate alternate judge, and that's Judge Culp, Renee Culp,
Are you saying C-O-L-T?
C-U-L-P.
C-U-L-P. Okay,
P.
thank you. All right. Your motion? Do we have, don't we have to have an emotion on that?
Yes.
Very good.
Yes, I make a motion to appoint the judges.
Okay, to our second. Kind of risky. All in favor? Very good. Okay. Discussion and any necessary action. I'm sorry, this is O. Discussion and any necessary action regarding Rolling B Ranch.
Mayor, this is an amendment to the developers agreement between P&B, and this is adding, essentially what this is doing is the developers agreement does not apply to the Encore site within Rolling B. They are building a substation and switching station. That is a tongue twister. Say that fast 4 times. To increase grid reliability. And at the request of ERCOT. So, and this was after the freeze of 2021. So what this agreement does, it basically, you have a map in your packet, and it basically takes that part out of the developers agreement. If there's any questions, Carter.
What's the bottom line for Rhome? Does it affect us at all?
No.
With them, when they're in the ETJ. Okay, so what do you need, a motion on that to accept it?
Yes.
Okay, motion.
Make a motion to accept the amendment.
Okay. Second? Very good. All in favor? Very good. It was tie and freeze. P, discussion and any necessary action regarding a recommendation from planning and zoning regarding a site plan for a new residential home legally described as being legal acres 0.321, lot 2R, block 2, subdivision BC Rhome Edition. That's with the city administrator.
So this is, on April 4th, this replat went to P&Z, and then it came to council for a replat for that piece of property. It was one piece, and he broke it. Basically, he reoriented it. This is coming back for the site plan for that property. You have the site plan in your packet. You have all the information there. If there's any questions, I'm happy to answer those. P&Z did recommend approval of the site plan. City staff has reviewed it as well.
Just a quick question. Do we have an address? Is that over on Aurora?
It's 290 Aurora currently.
A motion to accept.
Second?
I second.
All in favor?
Miss Siba.
Discussion and any necessary action regarding Wise County interlocal agreement for Ellis subdivision project.
I'll let Public Works.
Yes, Mayor, Council. The Ellis subdivision was one of the projects that we presented to y'all in the last year's budget. And so this is the interlocal agreement with Wise County to clean the edges off in the Ellis subdivision. It'll be all the streets, Ellis Lane, Prairie Point, Renshaw, Mount Lane, Rhome, Hat Creek, and Brown Circle. They will be clearing off the edges, filling in the some of the low areas, and then chip sealing that road.
Okay.
This is just the interlocal agreement to do that project.
Do I understand that that's chip seal?
Yes, ma'am.
Just a quick question about the chip seal. Seems like that's what the application that was used out in Bywell, kind of turned to gravel. And I remember a few council meetings ago, it was suggested there's an alley in between Russell and Logan, just west of Main Street, and someone had suggested chip seal, and as I recall, you said that chip seal is not really a good solution because it would wash away.
No,
No?
no, I didn't say
Okay.
it. No, the reason why we don't want to do that is because we want to invite it as a natural road, because that's an alleyway. It's actually not we chip seal it, then becomes, people start using it as an actual road, which
Okay.
an alleyway is not an actual road. It's actually just the temporary access for somebody to enter the rear of their property.
Okay.
And so when you chip seal it, it actually becomes you invite people to do natural traffic.
Okay. Because
Also,
also,
what we talked about
yeah.
was the loose, I
Uh-huh.
think it was, you suggested some of the millings, asphalt millings. And that was suggested, and we are working with Textile with possibly
Okay.
trying to maybe fill in some of the potholes to make so,
Okay.
because the trash trucks go through there, but we don't want to
Sure.
invite traffic through alleyways.
Okay. They also used the chip seal over on Redbud in Oak Court several years ago, and that just kind of, after the first summer when it got really, really hot, they ended up with curbs.
Yeah, it's probably
And,
due
you
to
know, lots of ruts and stuff
failure
through
to properly apply it or prep the surface underneath it. This is an
Okay.
existing road
Okay.
that we are just trying to cap it, to seal it. There's a lot of cracks in it. If we don't seal that road, it will be ended up like the rest of the roads through the town. Because
we just want to do well by our
Yes.
Ellis neighbors
Yeah,
as well.
I mean, again, unless you give me a couple $1 million budget, I can't asphalt every street. So chip seal is
Mhm.
the most economic way we can do to seal up a road to prolong it for another 2 to 3, 4
Okay.
years.
Now, with the interlocal agreement, isn't that where we provide the supplies and they provide the labor and
Yes.
the equipment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have any other questions?
This is why we're only doing one instead, because Crown Point was also included, but we're only doing patch repair in Crown Point. That's why we're only going to do Ellis, because there's more patch repair to do in Crown Point because of prices have increased. That's why we're eliminating Crown Point and just doing Ellis right now. I know.
Just need to remind the public, this is the opportunity for the council to discuss this matter. This is not a public hearing, and public comments not allowed at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. So we need a nomination on this.
I motion to approve the interlocal agreement.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
I second.
All in favor? Discussion, any necessary action regarding the new mayor's campaign plan for a new direction. That's with Priest.
For those of you that are new, I am a research person. And so I'd just like to know what your thoughts are, your vision, and what you're thinking about as far as getting those visions to reality, so that I can prepare and study and see if we can't get it accomplished.
Okay. Well, I had prepared a statement, and it was pretty clear during my campaign. As a governing body, all of us are elected to work for the people of Rome. There's much more that unites us as a community than that which divides. It is time, past time, to heal the divides and focus on common sense, cost-effective solutions that best serve the needs of our citizens. Please.
Okay, it says, my name is Sam Eason and I live at 1107 Mount Lane. I am a citizen of Rome. Congratulations again, Mayor Mitchell. I'm excited to hear your plan for a new direction. I'm quite confident with your explaining your plan for a new direction, your council will listen, consider, and work with you. Without knowing the plan, they will have nothing to work with. Thank you for your consideration, Sam Eason.
Okay. Any others? This item. Very good. Okay. Any other comments? Let's move along. S, discussion and any necessary action regarding a resolution from Mayor Council, social media usage. That's with McCabe.
Thank you. And Cynthia, I apologize. I gave you the wrong verbiage on this. I didn't mean to put resolution in there. More of just a discussion and an update on this. As elected officials, we have a fiduciary responsibility to provide honest, accurate, and factual information via any form of media. The city administrator has implemented a Q&A on Rhome Facebook page and website to help provide accurate information. You can go on those pages, ask your question, and within time, the city administrator will post an answer anonymously. They'll post a question anonymously and the answer. That way, everyone in the town is able to see this. So as a council and mayor, we need to support this effort to continue to provide transparency with factual data to the community. And that's all I had on that. I just want to make sure that everyone is aware that we do have a live Q&A on our website and the Rhome government Facebook page.
Okay. Do I need any further action on that, Mr. Arthur? Thank you. All right, we'll move on. Ladies. Ladies. Okay, T, discussion and any necessary action regarding day-to-day operations of City Hall, city staff also, Josh McCabe.
Another one that I have a comment on. Okay. It says, my name is Sam Eason, and I live at 1107 Mount Lane. I am a citizen of Rome. Cynthia Northrup has impeccable credentials and has enjoyed exemplary performance reviews. Yet Mayor Mitchell has been subjecting her unprovoked attacks for over 2 years. Mayor Mitchell has threatened volunteer firefighters with dissolving the fire department. If you want to bring a closure to the divide, stop the threats, stop the destructive criticism, learn to treat people with respect. The employees of Rome are all of high quality, integrity, and professionalism. Treat them accordingly, and you will receive many-fold benefits in response. Thank you, Mayor and Council, for your consideration.
The floor is yours, Mr. McCabe.
Thank you. So we receive weekly reports from the city administrator on all the items that she works. There's 20 on every single week. And it's very clear that she works a minimum of 60 hours. And so to better assist our city staff, I would like the council to consider making a few changes to the daily operations. That way the staff has a better chances of getting their different agenda items done, their different topics done. So one, to ensure safety and confidentiality of documents and personnel, only staff and council should be allowed in the back offices of City Hall. No unauthorized personnel need to be behind closed doors at any meetings with the city administrator and citizens and/or developers or other entities will be held in the community center. Secondly, our city administrator again works a minimum of 60 hours due to countless continuous items she has been directed to work on by the council. In an effort to ensure she is able to properly schedule time for her different projects, going forward, any meetings with the city administrator should be made a minimum of 24 hours in advance. This is to help prevent any one-offs or drop-by conversations with our staff disrupting their regular daily schedule. And finally, as elected officials, we have a responsibility to protect our staff and ensure that they have the best possible working relations with the other staff and/or council. Due to previous constant professional and personal attacks on our city administrator, going forward, any meetings with the city administrator and mayor should require a third party at the city administrator's discretion based on the topic and reason for said meeting. And I would like to make a motion to make these changes effective immediately to the day-to-day operations.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Okay.
You got served.
I'm not opposed to a third party. I think that's probably advisable. But I think that should be an option as far as who determines who that third party is. Because there has been a lot of things that went out on social media that never happened. And
Somebody needs to mute their phone. They're saying very rude and hateful things. Thank you very much.
that was putting things out there, including documents that they would have only gotten from City Hall that was forwarded. Ms. Northrop had it and was forwarded to all the council members. There were documents related to the police department with individual officers that I'm sure that they never expected those items to become publicly published on social media, but they were under a pseudonym.
I'm sorry. Well, I need to respond because I'm very confused with that, and it sounded like an accusation.
No, what I'm
That
saying
you were
is
saying that I
no,
released
there
documentation.
were
and I take-
documents.
Hold on. I take that very seriously.
Okay, very good. I'm glad you do. Because there were documents that I received in an open records request. I would never have published them on social media. It was related to an investigation where there were officer statements made in handwritten. It was handwritten. And those documents were forwarded to every member of the council. And those documents ended up on social media under that pseudonym.
Okay, so let me just explain
I'm
how the
not
process
blaming
works.
you. Wait a
Okay,
minute.
let me just
Let
explain how the process
Let me
works.
finish. I am not blaming you necessarily. I'm saying that the email came from you. It went out to all the council members and with the documents from these officers who I'm sure expected confidentiality and did not expect that information to get out to be published publicly on social
Okay,
media.
let me just explain to make sure everybody understands what happens. We process open records request. So when a citizen asks for information, we process those requests. Ms. Mitchell, as a citizen, requested interviews that were held with an internal investigation on an employee, and she was provided those documents because they were now out in the public sphere. I wanted to make sure that the entire council, and this has been protocol because the prior mayor, anytime there was an open records request that involved her or something else, she wanted to be made aware of. So I made it a practice to make sure that every mayor and council person in this instant got a copy of that. And that is because it's already out in the public sector at that point. So it's already, when you requested it, those documents were no longer confidential. And so those went out. All the council needed to be aware that all of those documents were in the public sphere.
Okay. Well, they were published publicly on Facebook under a pseudonym.
Well, they were not posted on the city Facebook page.
They were not posted on the city's Facebook page. They were published under a pseudonym.
Well, that was not by me.
That was not by you. And I would venture to say that those documents, somebody who received those documents.
I can't control what happens to that.
Okay, we'll leave that alone. All right. Do we want to approve Josh McCabe's? Let's table it. Let's table it to the next meeting.
Wait just a minute.
No,
I
it
think
got seconded.
that we need to be reminded that the public cannot, during a meeting, enter.
Holy shit.
That's the public comment section, so this is really out of order, but you are the presiding officer, so it's up to you.
I wasn't able to do a public comment. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to because I was sitting on the council. So I didn't know I needed to do a public presentation comment. So I think that this should be tabled because that went into detail. So it's a public hearing. I didn't know I was supposed to fill out one of those forms. So
Well,
this
because
goes
you're
into great
speaking, actually.
detail, whatever Josh was saying. on to what her weekly report is. I can pull up every weekly report and it is copy and paste. So if anybody, I can read it. I am not throwing Cynthia underneath the bus, but the city needs to do more than what it is doing for the 60 hours. But I think there is a mission going forward. So
Is this germane to what this
No.
item is?
It is, because you know what?
I'm not asking
No.
you, I'm asking the attorney.
Elaine, it is relevantly necessary.
It's
Listen up.
okay. So I think for the new council and for the current council needs to work together onto what you're saying, Josh. I think that would be for a team to work together, saying it loosely as I can, not just blocking one another. So
No
I
one's
think
being
you
blocked.
should table it with me leaving chair and new mayor. That would be the smartest thing to do. Because if you're reading a Friday report and that's number one, and I've lost what else you said, but that is the best. Can you give me some other insight that you said, or I can read it from Shayna? So.
All right.
No, it's not,
Okay.
but I think working
Mrs.
together.
Majors, I think,
So.
you know,
As a city here, and that's why everybody showed up. Going forward, we are the city of Rome. We need to have respect for one another and for the
All right,
respect for the
Ashley.
citizens. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Majors. So what did we do at this point, Mr. Atkins? Can we table, or do we have to go ahead and submit this to a vote?
I have a motion and a second on the table, so that does need to be voted unless they want to withdraw their motion. But if they don't withdraw their motion, the next action is to take a vote.
I do have a question, though. Councilmember McCabe, you mentioned 3 people being there when if the city administrator is with anyone, there needs to be a third person. Is that what you're saying?
No, just any meeting with the mayor, then there would be a third party.
Yes.
And that would be at the choice of the city administrator based on the topic of discussion.
Okay with that.
So I feel like that's protecting everybody, but I want to make sure that the city administrator, I mean, if she needs to talk to the mayor, I mean, is this okay for you? What if you can't find a third person?
Really, Michelle?
Every
Oh,
time
dear.
they have a discussion, they talk? Or is it, a meeting? Is there gonna have to be a third person all the
Is this
time?
kindergarten?
Based on the previous actions of the current mayor and the constant attacks, until they can build trust with the city administrator, who they've currently refused to work with the city administrator since being elected. I think going forward,
Oh my
any meetings,
God.
discussions between the two should have.
No, I mean, I agree. It's just,
Well, and
Liar.
also I'd just like to remind everybody, this is kind of a test, if you will, to see how that works. That there's not anything that prohibits us from learning through the process and adjusting or amending that. And so, this isn't forever, no matter what kind of deal. We're trying to problem solve somewhat as we go through this orientation of learning about each other and trying to hone our communication skills to a higher level than we've had lately. So, and besides that, our mayor has said that she's in agreement to that.
No, I don't oppose having a witness.
So I don't think we need to table it. I think we need just to go on and get started on this.
All right, we got a motion and a second.
I did a real quick question. You were saying that they needed a witness, but it was at either one of their discretions, or it has to be the administrator's discretion? So why? No, that one I
If it's at
disagree
my
with.
discretion, that's good.
I mean,
But no, we're not gonna
I don't
go
think we
there.
should just lean it to one side, because then that almost sounds if there's that much of a disagreement.
Well, I
that's
would,
all. That's all.
Please quiet down so we can hold business. Thank you. I suggest the city
Okay,
administrator.
gallery.
Whoa.
Hang on.
I suggest the city administrator because she has been here for several years now. She has more knowledge of what's going on with different developers agreements, different ideas. So if the mayor wants to come in and have a discussion, she would know the best third party to have that discussion with, so that please remain quiet so we can conduct city business. That way she can make sure. So if there's private conversations about the fire department, maybe she could bring in the fire chief so that that information is not shared with the police department, or that way, confidential information is not getting out to the wrong people. That's why I suggest the city administrator decides who that third party is.
And the only reason I'm asking here is because the city mayor was the one who was elected by the people, right? So, I mean, I would think that the person running the city would have that prerogative. And I'm just asking here because I've heard some things that, and maybe I'm wrong in hearing this, that was shifted over to the administrator. So I wasn't sure if that's why you were wanting the administrator.
No, everything that the city administrator does is at direction of the council. So she does not make any decisions. She does not do any actions without the approval of the council as a whole. So everything she does on the day-to-day basis is exactly what we tell her to do.
how about the two of you communicate with each other? But if you can't agree on someone, then it would fall to the city administrator. However, it's in both of your interests to think about what Josh has just said, so that you both have the person that has the information that will be directly affected, and then also from a learning standpoint that could give you good information, good historical information. And so surely if we have this effort for better communication and to bridge the gap, surely the two of you can come up with a person that is agreeable. But ultimately, if that's not possible, then it has to be the administrator, because she knows who it is that has the information that needs to be discussed.
I think you're undermining the authority of the mayor with that.
That's what
I'm hoping that they will work together. And like I said, this is a test opportunity. If it doesn't work out, we can change it.
Let me just make a comment here. As a city administrator, I am hired by the mayor and council, and my job description was approved by the mayor and council. So city staff, myself included, we are neutral in city business. We're here to give professional advice, and we are here to give information to the council. We're here to serve the council, mayor and council, and we're here to serve the citizens. So I have no problem communicating with anyone. Unfortunately, you do have a history, and you have to own that, in that you are Rhome Watch, that you boldly proclaimed here not very long ago, and there have been no less than 40 posts specifically about me, saying that you wouldn't saying you wouldn't hire me, saying that I wouldn't be your first choice.
I believe I said that. It was not posted.
Questioning everything that I've done almost. And so I have not said one negative word about you publicly on Facebook. And so, I mean, I'm willing to work with you, Mayor. I have sent all three of you an email wanting to meet with you, because that's what I do. I welcome you. I give you a council orientation packet. I explain the process of how things work. I heard back from one, thank you, Councilmember Meehan. Councilmember Kanisi, you said it went to your spam, and so we're trying to work on that. But I did not hear. I've sent twice to you, Mayor, and I didn't hear from you.
I did contact you on Friday, but you weren't in the office.
Yeah, so you came in at 8:15, and I got there at 8:30, and I emailed you back, and I
City Hall
said,
open?
I emailed you
What
back.
time does City Hall open?
Did you ask me what time I leave every night?
What time does
Did you
City
ask
Hall-
me what time I leave every night?
I ask you a question.
I'm
What time does
answering
City
your-
Hall open?
I'm answering your question.
What time does City Hall open? 8 o'clock. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
What time does it close?
I was there at 8:15.
What time does it
I understand
close?
it closes at 4 o'clock, but the girls go home at 5.
Okay, and do you ever, yeah, I know you guys drive around a lot. Do you ever see cars after 5?
Rarely.
Okay.
I live down the street. All I have to do is look out my window.
Yes, okay. Anyway, so I have no problem working with you, but you have to meet me halfway.
Let's move along because this could turn into a lengthy argument, and I don't think it needs to be.
Seriously?
I'm not opposed to a
There's
witness.
still a motion.
Yeah,
Emotion
I'm not
is-
opposed to a witness. But I think, in fact, I'm not opposed to just meeting out in the lobby where everyone can hear. So I'll let the council take it from there. We got a motion and a second to accept Josh McCabe's directives. Do I hear a vote?
Can I ask one more question? What else was there besides the 3 people having a witness?
Basically no unauthorized personnel behind the closed doors
Okay.
to protect confidential information.
Stay in the lobby.
And then, any meetings with the city administrator should be scheduled at a minimum 24 hours in advance to make sure that she's in the office and not in a meeting somewhere else.
Good. All right, we got a motion and a second. Do I hear a vote? Vote.
Well, you've got to say those that are in favor.
Those in favor?
Aye.
So we get 3? Got 4. Kathy? Aye. So we'll do unanimous. All right, new rules. All right, let's see, now we go to executive session. I guess that there are a couple of items on there. Consultation with attorney at 7:22. We'll go into, council, mayor will go into executive session at this time. For those of you who don't stay around, or if you want to stay around, hopefully we'll be brief. And anyway, for those of you who aren't going to stay around, thank you. Thank you for coming. I'm thrilled to see the community attendance.
We are. Mayor, would you let everybody know that there's snacks over here?
They're telling me that there's snacks over here if anyone's interested.
Especially for those that want to wait.
God love Miss Marie.
This conference will now be recorded.
When we walked out of there, it's 8:18 now. We'll convene into regular session. No action will be taken as a result of executive session. I think we're at a close at this point. Do we need motion to adjourn? Or future agenda items? Okay. I don't think it's too late. I mean, if someone's got an agenda item that they think of later, as long as it's before the council meeting, 4 days before the council meeting. Okay, good. All right. For next week, yes. Okay. All right. Do we need a motion to adjourn,
Yep.
sir?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay. Second. Vote. All in favor? Very good. Thank you. We're done. I get to gavel. Do you cut the sales tax off mid-month? Because this shows for May at $134,000, but we're only at May 18th. Is there not going to be more added to that?
No, and what we did, it's in arrears. We get it, so we get notified like 10